Go on Sean's Facebook. It's Sean Morgan. Yeah. All right, folks, we are live. Tonight we have Noah Vogleman, no nickname, versus Sammy Islam, no nickname. Whoops, I see a little typo here. I'm gonna fix that now. There you go, Sammy Islam. They're both ranked 310, so it's gonna be an even race to 125. We're gonna start very soon. All right, looks like we are ready to start. So we're at Amsterdam Billiards Club. It's a regular season match. I know we had pro players the past few weeks, so now we're gonna get two amateur players, but good ones near the top. Okay, so we're going with the lag, back and forth. Whoever's closer to the top rail wins. And it looks like it's gonna be Sammy Islam. He's probably gonna give the break. So the players are discussing if they want to do rack your own or rack for the other players. So it looks like Noah is racking for himself now. So like I was saying, those players are not pro players, but they are two of the best amateur players in the league. So we should still have a good match. Okay, quick reminder, the break shot in straight pool. You have to make contact with any object ball first, and then the cue ball has to touch a rail, and two object ball has to touch a rail. So that's a perfect break shot by Noah. Gorgeous. One condition to have a perfect break shot like this is the balls have to be very tight, no gaps. So I don't think it's a coincidence that Noah racked for himself and got such a good break shot. You have way more incentive to do a good rack when it's for yourself. I think Noah left a 10 ball here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think this is going in the corner here. He should be able to run the 14 ball on the corner and create some damage. Nice shot by Noah. Unfortunately, didn't leave himself anything. He has a very thin cut on the 4. Not sure if the 6 goes. That might go in the corner here. It's unfortunate because Noah did a perfect break shot, get control for himself, and he got kind of a bad roll here. Let's see if he goes for the 6. He bobbled it. Sam has the 14 here, and that's a re-break. So Sam is in good shape right now. Sam is a very scientific player. He thinks a long time. Every shot is considered and reconsidered. So like he could have smashed this, but he elected to play a more controlled shot. Be sure to have something. No matter what happened here, he had the 14. So he's gonna wait for a better occasion to create some spread. For some reason he thought that was the occasion, but I think he kind of failed in whatever he was trying to do. Now he's gonna have a kind of a tough jacked up shot. I mean, he's gonna have to shoot jacked up and the 6 probably, and it doesn't lead to anything naturally except a scratch. He's going for the 7, but I think the pocket is partially obstructed by the 6. Wouldn't be surprised if he missed. Yeah. Okay, so Noah is back at the table. He has 2 good re-break ball here. He really has no excuse not to run the rest of the table. He has this and this to re-break. So now he's gonna run into his first re-break ball. Which was kind of a mistake, small mistake, but nonetheless a mistake. So it looks like Noah's gonna have a slow start. Got a good roll though. Sam has the shot that has the choice between a very difficult shot and a very difficult shot. Not even sure this 4 ball goes somewhere, but he definitely has the 7 here. It's just he's gonna be over the rail. It's full length of the table. And on top of everything, he's straight and it doesn't lead to anything. The 7 ball doesn't lead to anything. It's gonna probably be hand up here. And there's nothing to continue. Okay, Noah was successful in his first shot. Yeah, might as well re-break right now. Should put a medium amount of follow here and play hard because he doesn't have any safety ball. If he plays soft, he could hook himself. Okay, he got a good result. So now this can be used as a break ball. I think you should try to land for this 15 in the corner right away. Okay, so he elected to get position for the side, but it's funny, I would take the 15 here. Maybe he was running into his break ball, that's why he didn't take it, but his concerns to get rid of this 15 are justified. And he's gonna do it now. Okay, so 12-8-4 now. Very important to think of leaving yourself the right amount of angle so that you don't have to force anything. Get back a reasonable distance from the break ball. I think it's right. Can play middle of the ball or even a little bit of right on this. Should come back on a straight line. You don't want to have a long break shot here, so. All right. Score 12-2 for Noah. We already have 2 misses on each side. Safety success, 1-1 for Noah, and that's it. So the players have agreed to rack for themselves, so Noah is racking now. So Noah must be careful not to hook himself, not to jam in the side of the triangle, so he has to put, I would put a lot of not a lot of draw actually. He's hitting the top of the stack, so a little bit of follow, yes. Didn't get a very good result, but I think he played it right. I mean, from what I saw, he put pure follow on it. And I think he kind of deserved better than that. I don't understand why he didn't create more spread. So it looks like Noah is not completely warmed up yet. He missed this shot that was not was missable, but was not terribly difficult. I expect the players to miss less and less as the match progresses. That being said, Sam elected to re-break right away, but he kind of got of a bad roll again. He's left with nothing. nothing easy. I really don't see anything. You should consider playing safe here. There are options for the safety. He can tin this 11 ball and come back about where he is. That's one way. One thing he shouldn't do is try to stand up the table. It's less than 50% in my view. Sam is gonna make me lie and put the 10 ball. I don't think he gave any thoughts on what was going to be his next ball. But odds were that he was going to get something. He got the 7 in the corner. And looks like he's starting a run. So there's too much traffic here. The surgery is not possible. So he should be starting to think about running into these balls. Can take the 13 here and push the. Can take the 13 down and push the 15 up. Maybe create more spread here. That's what he's doing right now. Okay, decided to push the 13 to free the 7, but it was a more control shot. Nothing wrong could happen because he had the 11 as a safety ball, but he still has work. I think he wanted to land for the 15 in the side pocket here. In the side, this is the shot I would take here. Stay for the 9 ball in the side. So 9 ball in the side, then the 14. Sam elected to do the 14 first. It was probably better. I think Sam wants the 5 to be his key ball. So now he's giving himself a lot of trouble for the 5 ball to be his key ball. I don't think it was worth it to me. I don't think it was worth it because it was kind of difficult to come back for the 5 and be at the right spot. now Sam is figuring out there's no way he gets good on his break ball, so he's gonna settle for the 5 as a break ball, but he got too straight, so his run is most likely gonna end here. What do we have? 15 to 13 for Sam. 3 misses for Noah, 2 for Sam. Sam here should play safe. So maybe pocket the ball and play safe in the side of the stack. That's usually a pretty good save. It's a good save because you can create some spread and you can easily leave the cue ball against the stack. Be sure to leave no shot. Just like this. He didn't leave anything open, unfortunately, so Noah's gonna have an easy answer. Ideally, you want to leave stuff in front of the pocket so that your opponent has no answer, other than somehow go one rail and bring the cue ball exactly where it is, but it's almost impossible to do. Looks like Noah missed the stack. He removed a point from himself, so it's weird. He was trying to feather one of the object ball and he missed it, even though he was right there. Sam is gonna take an intentional. So Noah was on a fall, so there's no reason for Sam to do anything here. That's why he just touched the cue ball and give the problem back to Noah. A lot of players that start in straight pool, they don't realize they can do that. They are in the 9-ball or rotation mindset where the absolute worst thing you can do is fall, but it's not the case in straight pool. Very often in straight pool, taking a fall is your best move. That was a successful save by Noah. Neither of these balls can go. I don't think he wired anything, so it's gonna be fine with the safety. Sam is looking for an answer. So he has option. He can just do again exactly what Noah did, like feather maybe this 4-ball here, come back up the table. That could be a long safety battle. Sam is not the kind who's gonna... Uh-oh. What is he doing? Okay. Decided to roll on the other side of the stack. It was pretty safe to do so, I think. And he left the 8-ball in front of the pocket, actually, so this is much better than just feathering the 4-ball, like I said. He accomplished a lot here. But Noah found a good answer. And now looks like Sam is the one in trouble here. I don't see a good answer, except like bring back the cue ball around here, but it's easy to underdo it or overdo it. He has to be very precise here. If he's just going to feather the 7 and try to come back here. So in straight pool, the safety battles are very, very tactical. So you saw Sam play the what looks like a very good shot by freeing this 8 ball in front of the pocket and putting the cue ball here. But he failed to notice that the 7 was out and Noah had an easy answer. And now he's the one with a very difficult shot. It took a full minute to prepare for this shot because it's very difficult and very crucial. He was trying to do it. He was actually trying to pocket the ball. And Noah Vogleman is the winner of this safety battle. It's not clear to me if he can do this 15 in this corner pocket or this 9 here. But he doesn't have much to re-break here. He's gonna try to use the 1 ball to do it now. It's not the worst choice. And good, successful. You really shouldn't waste any time here. Try to bring the cue ball around here and re-break with the 15. I mean, he has no time to waste. It's pretty much his only chance of creating a spread. So just pocket the ball, play soft. I really don't like this shot. I might be wrong, but if he just plays soft here, he lands perfect on the 15 and he can re-break. So now it's maybe the 10 goes. Not sure. 15 is a very thin cut. I mean, it's nothing sure. That was kind of a mistake by Noah. I don't understand why he didn't see this pattern. I should say didn't see that option. And he's gonna play safe here. It's gonna be the end of his run already. Sam is going to take the risk of doing a bank shot. The rewards are there. He's going to be successful. And now he's going to take control. However, he kind of moved all the balls that could have been used to re-break. So he has these 3 open balls here, but not much options to create a spread here. He tried to land on the 7. He needed the perfect angle to run the cue ball on the stack. I don't think he got it. I think he's completely straight. So his last option is go 1 rail on the 6 after the 7. I don't see anything else. That's what he wants to land. He wants to land the cue ball around here and go 1 rail and break. Last hope of keeping control. Looks like he's putting a follow spin on the cue ball. I'm not sure that's appropriate. I think you can generate more power if you play center ball or okay, he did manage to get some spread, but nothing easy. It's gonna go for the 12 up the table. If he does pocket the 12, he should spread this and be in business. Sam missed. He left the table open for Noah. He has a good break ball. He has a couple of key balls. The only problem is removing the 2 here. He has to leave the 3 here. That's his break ball. Or the 14. 14 is also out, so it can be used as a break ball. So let's see how he proceeds. Could take care of the 2 now, I mean. I think he missed an occasion of removing the 2 from the equation. It wasn't leading for anything obvious, but he had this ball at the table if something go wrong. I was gonna take his safety ball. Still have to remove the 2 ball that's in the way, obstructed by his 2 break ball. The 9 is a beautiful key ball. It's just too bad there's no ball left here. Could have a nice triangle. Like I said, I'm pretty certain he should have taken the 2 ball earlier. Now he's gonna have to take one of these balls off the table. He's in a bad position here. The only ball he can reasonably pocket is the 3 ball. And if he does, I think he's moving his other break ball. So my opinion is not better than that of those 2 players, but I'm fairly sure that the mistake he made was not to take the 2 ball earlier. So he decided to get creative, try to make the 3 in the opposite corner, missed, and Sam is back at the table. So Noah moved both break balls. So Sam is gonna have to get creative here. Maybe a side pocket break ball. Maybe he was hoping to move the 14 around here. He missed. That can be used as a break ball in this pocket, but could also use the 9, one of the 2 in this side. That's also another option for a break ball. He has a couple of options, but nothing is too appealing. So Sam felt he needed to take the stuff shot to keep his hopes alive of getting the 14 as a break ball. So he took a shot that was more difficult, but now he missed. Yeah. No, I should probably take the 3 ball here. It's difficult to get a good position when the object ball is so close to the pocket. So he managed to get back in a very good spot. Should be able to get some kind of break shot here. The zone is small though. I think he can do something with this if he plays a lot of follow. He can rip off the top of the triangle. Okay, score 20 everywhere. I think we can have a first look at the offensive play index. Remember last week both Tony and Dell were in the 800s. Today both players are at 500. The more I look at this piece of stats, and the more I think it's really working. It's really telling you how well the players are playing offensively. I don't think Noah can hit this full power. He has to hit medium speed with a follow, or he could miss the entire stack. That's what he did and got unlucky. He has this 13 ball up the table, but he's jacked up, so he might even pass on it. Nope, he's taking it. He's going to run the risk of missing this. There were safety options, decided to go for it, and he's going to pay the price. Giving an open table to Sam. I think Noah complained of a little skid. I mean, it was not an outrageous skid. It was a little skid, but at this distance it was more than enough to miss. Sam is going to try to re-break now. As a general rule, you don't want to do those one rail break shot, but he had the safety ball of the table, so he figured out that nothing wrong could happen. Sam is going for the surgery here. He played to get position for this 2 ball here at the table. So we're not thinking the same way. I would absolutely take the 2 ball at the table. You got a good result here, but there's a couple of ways that things could have gone wrong, and he would have been able to take his he would have been forced to take his safety ball. And I feel the 7 was a valuable ball. I mean, it's nice to have like those balls down the table to come back from shots. So I see 2 reasons why you should have taken the 2 ball instead of the 7. But Sam is about my level, so it's just as likely that what he did was the correct shot. So now try to guess what's the end pattern.
You want something? You can shoot one. I'm gonna be right there. Go ahead.
I thought that was the best key ball. It's gone. Sam had a moment of lost his focus for a second and cost him his turn at the table. He's very disappointed. All the hard work was done. Little mistake by Noah here. Left himself no angle. Gonna have a long shot on the 2 ball. Unless he has a little angle here. Yes, he does. He ended up weird on the 2 ball though. I'm gonna try to go one rail and come back somewhere in the middle of the table. But that's a missable shot. So you just saw Noah missed here, but the real mistake was 2 shots ago, not leaving himself enough angle to come back from the floor. Left Sam a thin cut in the corner. I will go 3 rails here. Around the 6 ball down the table. Exactly like that. Nice shot, Sam. That's exactly the shot I had in mind.
Noah, I have 30, 26. 30, 26. 30 to 24?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 fouls.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's what I have to. Sorry. That's what I have to.
I check my score, it's right. So Sam played a very good shot to get this position for the break shot, but it's still a long shot. Focus just on doing the ball. He's gonna miss the ball, he's gonna scratch. I'm gonna start to think that there's a stream curse because the majority of players we put on the stream are having bad days. Like Sam, I watch him play many times. He usually play much better than this. I remember Steve and Sean 3 weeks ago. I mean, they both had a bad day. Delsim started slow, and both time we We streamed in. Sam is right back at the table here. He looks very determined. He knows the couple of shots he missed is it's not in. So he opted to take the easiest shot. He didn't have to play that strong. I don't know why he did that. It was okay to take the 12, but why play so fast? I have no clue where the cue ball is going. Could have played soft, land somewhere here, and be sure to have one of those two balls here. So that's a lot of innings. Sam played a nice safety here. There's really no good answer here. I mean, anywhere here he's gonna leave a ball off the table. I think he could like feather, play very soft and try to land the cue ball here and leave nothing. It's gonna go on the other side. Very nice. So Sam just confirmed the safety was good. That was an amazing safety by Noah. However, he wired those two balls for the 9 in this corner. Sam already called it, so he's going one rail with the cue ball combo, one rail combo. So again, there was no safety ball. Sam kind of plays soft here, and the cue ball merging with the stack was a very likely result. Since there were no real safety ball, I think he should have played much harder. The players are keep making those small mistakes, and it's costing them a lot of innings at the table. You might think the 13 was a safety ball, but if the cue ball is inside the stack, you're going to be jacked up, and it's really not sure you're going to pocket this. Like the 13 is not even sure it's a 50% shot when you're jacked up.
Wasn't the jump up one, was it?
Sam is going to take an intentional here. The problem is that Noah is not on a fall right now. So Noah should just give back here. No reason to move anything because Sam already admitted he hates this position. Yeah, good shot, Noah. So Sam was just hoping that Noah would go for the 13, but Noah knows better. So what Sam is doing right now is putting both players on 2 foul. I'm not sure what he gains by doing that. Actually, I think he was trying to move something, change a little bit the range of options, maybe give himself a reasonable safety. And Sam is on 2. I think that Noah told him, you have to tell your opponent that he's on 2 foul. Okay, so the players are gonna call the referee and gonna stop the timer. Wow, Sam is gonna take the 2. Is like an inch apart from the 2, and he's on 2 fouls. So a push is very likely. I don't think that Sam should take this. I really don't think it's a good idea. He should give control instead of trying this. So league director Sean Morgan say foul. So I'm gonna put the minus 15 in. So no, Sam is gonna get a foul, lose another point for his 3rd foul, and then
Yeah, minus 15. And he also lose a point for the 3rd foul. I have 23 to 14.
all right. So I just confirmed the score. I'm happy that my little software calculated this right. It's only the 2nd time I have to deal with this, I think. No, it's not 2. It's the 3rd time. So pretty good safety by Sam. He should have told Noah that he's on 2. This is something that a lot of players forget when there's a re-rack and your opponent was... I think he just told him. That's something that players usually forget. When you commit a 3rd foul and there's a 15-point re-rack and your opponent was on 2, after the re-rack your opponent is still on 2. So you have to tell him that he's on 2 in case he commits a foul. Nice shot by Sam, unfortunately overdid the position. Now he has the choice between taking this tough shot. That's also a re-break, or he can play safe. But after what just happened, I don't think he's in the mood of playing safe. I think he's going for it, I'm not sure. Yes, he was going for it. He's gonna miss and give an open table to Noah. Okay, the players are gonna take a break. Gonna pause the timer. Go get my orange juice. Alright, Noah is back. I'm gonna put back the board. Restart the timer. And we're back. Like I said before, Noah has an open table, good shape. Noah pocketed 2 on this one. The only problem that he has is this 15 ball here. That's obstructing the 5. That's it. The rest is all open. And so you saw him run into the 14 here. He got away with it, but I would say that that was still a mistake because he could have created a problem here. He has so many options here that there was no need for him to take this risk here. So maybe you saw that. I failed to see that, to notice that he pocketed the 2 ball on the last shot. So I had to go back and fix the score. In doing so, I messed up a little bit the shot time. But as long as you don't do it too often, the average shot time is not affected. And just like I was saying, he did it again. He ran into a ball when he didn't have to, and he kind of created a problem. The combo is on, but now the cue ball is gonna fly. Does he get something good? No. So straight pull is not as easy as some people think. Yes, it's easy to just pocket balls when everything is open, but with all the traffic, you have to make sure you don't run into something and create a problem for once, and also you have to finish with a break ball. And as you pocket balls, you have fewer and fewer options. Nice recovery by Noah. He has a key ball, he has a break ball. I think he can break with the 10 if it's not too low. I'm not sure. Looks like he's going for it no matter what. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Noah is going to tell us very soon. If he takes the 5 now, it means that he can break with the 10. He landed completely straight on the 7. He was a little lucky. I mean, he could have run into his break ball and lose it. If it's 3 inches on any side, he has a missable shot or a shot that doesn't give him the right angle for the break ball, but he landed completely straight. And not sure what kind of break ball this is. triangle is up, we're gonna have a better idea of what's possible here. Ugh, I don't think it's possible. I think he has to go one rail. No, I don't think he can, so he has to go something like this with the cue ball. I started the timer before it was done with the triangle, like to make up for the 20 seconds I removed from his shot time. He's trying to draw here. It's not clear who can catch the stack for me. He barely rip off the corner. And he has a shot on the 15, I think. So mission accomplished for Noah. He correctly judged that it was possible to catch the corner ball. He played the right speed and got rewarded. I would have liked him to play softer here and land about here, take the 5 and then re-break with this 11. He had a very good opportunity here to re-break right here, right after the 5 ball, but for some reason he played very fast. I'm not sure what he was going for. I don't think he was going for the 5 in the side pocket. Maybe he can stay for the 11 here, go one rail. Decided to go one rail. He can break. He can re-break with this 11 here. It's this very steep angle though. The margin of error is small. It's a blind shot. And for those reasons, he's going to miss. Sam is going to be back at the table with a vengeance. He certainly feels that he played pretty bad since the beginning of this match, and I know him as a very competitive player and can't be too happy right now. If this 9 goes, he should take it now. Maybe try to solve this problem with the same shot. I think he has a small angle on this side here. Can send the cue ball here and fix this problem. This is if I get the angles right, of course. Right, he's gonna solve the problem another way by taking the combo. And he solved the problem, but he created another one. And that was fairly easy to see coming. So now he has the same number of problems with one less ball on the table. So nothing was accomplished here. Just like I said before, straight pool is not as easy as most non-straight pool players think. Those three balls are still obstructing each other, and there's this problem here. And other than this, he only has three balls on the table, so I would say he's already in survival mode here. I don't think he can do any of those three balls, neither this. The only shot he has here is this two ball and sends the cue ball in the wrong direction. So Sam is in bad shape right now. Sam was hoping to go around the table somehow and come back in a good position to do this 9 in the side. I still think it's going. He probably can do it, but he's far up the table. He's gonna go for safety. I think he left the 13 here. But no, it's gonna inherit the problems of Sam. I'm not sure the 13 is going. Can probably do it by spinning. Throwing the 13 back in 9, I think. Oh, it's going. Oh, okay. There was a clear pocket. He had a almost full pocket. So now I have to play with the bridge. I think he wants to run into those balls now. That's my guess. He needed to play much harder. He has a thin cut on the 9 ball. Then the cue ball is going up the table, so he has to go back at 4 to have any hope of having the run continue. And he made it. So he has some space. He can jack up and draw back, draw the cue ball back in the stack, something like this. And hope for the best, because he doesn't know exactly where those two balls are going, neither the cue ball. Looks like the 8 ball is pretty straight on the side pocket, so he doesn't get a brick ball, but at least he ran the table. He got the balls on the table. He has a nice lead now. Gonna try to leave the cue ball inside the triangle. Now the cue ball is gonna go in the kitchen. Don't think he got it. I think the cue ball is outside the triangle, so he's gonna be stuck there. So the reason he wanted to keep the cue ball inside the triangle is that if the cue ball is in the triangle, it goes back to the kitchen, and he could have attempted something with the last ball to re-break. We're going to safety battle. No, that's gonna start with a feathering. Feathering the last ball is usually not a good idea because it easily can be extracted from from the stack. I think he should have aimed at the second ball instead. Not sure if Sam was trying the ball or if he was playing safe. I'm gonna give him credit for safety. If you look at the misses, 8 apiece. Score is 44-21. I don't want to make things worse for Sam. So Noah was unsure what to do here. Tried to spin it around and bring the cue ball back behind. There were other options. Looks like he left the 8 for Sam up the table. But there's only one other ball extracted, so if he doesn't end perfect, he's gonna have no shot after, no hope of rebreaking. And that's what happened. He's not only straight on this 12 ball, but he has a small angle on the wrong side. So he cannot even hope to get to go around the table and rebreak. Should play safe, and that's what he did. So we're back to a full stack, compact. I think the best shot for Noah here is to feather this one ball and send the cue ball behind the stack, something like this, boom and boom. If he feathers it very thin, he shouldn't move too many things inside. That's what he did. Didn't get behind, but it's good enough. And actually, it's good that he's not behind the stack because it's much more difficult for Sam to find a good answer. Well done by Sam. He might have wired the 7 in the corner here. That's what Noah is looking at. 7 could be wired with a carom, with a kiss on the 15 ball. Okay, so looks like Noah read the stack correctly. He judged that it was possible to hit the top of the stack and not leave anything. Sam could feather the 3 ball here and send the cue ball here. That's a totally reasonable option. It's gonna do something a little better. It's gonna leave the 3-ball open. Make things more difficult for Noah.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you know.
So Noah has decided to reform the stack. I mean, send the only open ball back into the stack and put the cue ball up the table. Some players don't realize they can do that. And Sam is going to be the first to commit a mistake, and Noah is the winner of the safety battle. I think Noah overdid it. He wanted to land the cue ball somewhere here to have a chance to re-break, but looks like he's straight. He's looking for another ball. Maybe the 8 is going, but no, that was his chance right here, right now. He missed it. Maybe he can pocket the 8, but no matter what, I don't think he gets another chance to spread this. So Noah called something, I'm not sure what he called. Looks like he thinks the 4 is going with the carry in there or something. No, he said safe. He's going for a safe.
Wanted to shoot some.
Very good occasion, missed by Noah. Let's look at the players' OPI now, offensive play index. 533 for Noah, 485 for Sam. Usually these players would be at least at 600, if not at 650. So here Noah decided to pocket the ball up the table, even though he doesn't really have an option after. And again, this is a mistake. You know, you're not playing for 1 point here. If you don't have a shot after, you're just putting a safety on yourself by doing this ball up the table. If there's something wired, I don't think he called anything. The 13 was wired. Probably called it, I just missed it. He elected to play medium speed, didn't leave himself anything. And we're going back to a safety battle. No, the 8 doesn't go. I don't think the 8 is going. From here it looks impossible. And it was going. Sorry folks, it's not easy from where I am to judge these angles. Noah's chance to re-break his ear, this 9 ball here. Wants to put the cue ball around the ear. He decided to use both balls to get there. I think he has a good chance to make it. This was a poor effort though. Missed by a lot. 7 balls left on the table. And Sam is back, taking his break. Alright folks, Sam is taking his break. We should resume soon. What could I say? Well, Sam is back, so I won't have to come up with the topic as discussion. Actually, he's washing his sticks now. In case you wonder what's the software used to do the scoring, it's called 14.1 Engine. And if you look in the description of the Facebook, you'll find a link where you can download the software and use it, still free. If you want any more information, feel free to contact Sean. or myself, even better, Pascal Dufresne. If you don't know who I am, just contact Sean and put you in contact with me. Okay, Sam is ready to continue in inherits of a problem, a table with many problems. He was trying to move this cluster of 3 balls there. Didn't work out. And he doesn't have too many options left. I don't think this combo is too easy. He's looking at this potential combo here. One way or the other, there's only 6 balls left on the table. He has to create a brick ball, get a reasonable key ball. He called the combo. The problem if he takes the combo is that he's gonna move most likely he's gonna move the 7, which is his last brick ball. Okay, the 1 ball took the place of the 6. He has a pretty good break ball, and suddenly he's in good shape. There's no good key ball, but he can manage that. I'm sure right now he just feels lucky to have he's just happy to have a break ball, should I say. So he's gonna opt to use the 6 as the key ball. It's not the worst choice, but he cannot have too much angle. He must be around here where he pointed, so that he can draw back like somewhere around here, in this zone here. I think it's too much angle. Unless you really put a lot of spin and kill the speed. There's a very big risk he's gonna overrun his angle and be left with a straight-in shot or even an angle on the wrong side. He needed to be a little straighter. Actually, it was better to be too straight than having too much angle. Sam is gonna get creative here and instead go for the side pocket break shot. And he did it pretty well. I think he's a favorite to continue here. So nice new recovery by Sam. Offensive play index, we're back above 500. Very good news. We only have 3 runs above 10 as of now, 16, 11 for Noah and 14 for Sam. Here I don't think Sam has to play with too much power, because one way or the other the cue ball is gonna make his way somewhere like this, and he doesn't want to be all the way up the table, so should really play middle speed here. That's my humble opinion. Okay, I misjudged the angle. He was hitting the corner ball, so forget what I said. He has the 7 ball for sure. Not sure what he's gonna follow that with. Wow. Bad day for Sam. I mean, he played a very nice and creative shot to get the brick ball. He did manage to break and he missed this seemingly easy shot. Not sure if he had anything after. I think he was getting position for this 12 ball here, but he missed it, so even if the ball falls, he doesn't have anything. Yes, Noah was staking this 12 now, so this is Sam was trying to get to. Gets a shot on the 3 ball. Maybe also this 13 goes on the side, but it's going with the 13. At some point he's gonna have to use those 2 balls to break, but for now. I think he wants to stay for the 10 here. Yes. Should try to make his way up the table here. Put the cue ball around here. I think it's possible. He has a small angle. Yes. It's too bad he's straight on the 13. And if he takes the 14, I only think he's gonna hit this 1 ball here, which is not it's not satisfying. It's not acceptable. So he should probably take this 13 here, draw a little bit, draw back around here, and then take the 14 as a re-break. Fairly certain this is the correct pattern here. Take the 13 first, draw a little, and then re-break with the 14. Let's see if this is what he's gonna do. I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, if he was trying to create some, to do some damage to the cluster, I mean, that was a very thin angle, and even if you hit very hard, the residual speed is very small. So Sam is gonna. Noah took a second fall.
5. I lose 1 from the money. I still have 5 from this. I had 5 up. I took 1 off. 9.
Okay, so what's happening now is that Noah took a second fall. I don't know what he's trying to do because Sam is just going to give back again. I mean,
You gonna shoot it?
I don't understand. Unless the cue ball is touching the 15, then there's a rule that says that if the cue ball is touching the object ball, you can play into it. And I think this is, they called league director Sean Morgan, and this is what Sam is going to explain to Sean, that they're touching and can play into it. So we're talking very advanced strategy here, but it looks like Noah made a small mistake by marrying the cue ball with the 15. It gave Sam the option of playing directly into the ball, and since they are wired for the corner pocket, looks like he's gonna go for it. Wow. And Sam is going to take back control in a spectacular fashion. He didn't need to do anything because Noah was ahead on falls. but he saw the opportunity, assumed the risk, and took back control. I think there's a small chance that this is what Noah was going for. He wired the two balls on purpose because he was expecting Sam just to touch it and he would take the wired ball just like Sam did, but I don't think so. I just think that this is a possibility that Noah overlooked. Sam is having aiming problems tonight. That was a straight in shot and it barely went in. I don't think any of those two balls are outside the triangle, so he has to pocket them both and then use the 6 as the key ball to break with the 8. And the 8 is a little high. Okay, nice job. Doesn't need to be on yes, 5 first, of course. I think Sam can just roll it and roll the cue ball on the 6 in the side pocket after and be completely fine. Yeah. It's completely straight, so he's gonna have to do a stop shot. I think it's better not to give yourself too much angle. If he does a stop shot, it's perfect. Same thing. The cue ball is pretty much exactly where it would have been if he done a stop shot. Okay, the score is 54-36 for Sam. So if you remember, Sam took a 15-point penalty earlier, so that set him behind. But now he's working to come back. Okay, Sam. I think the scratch is on here. He's gonna spin it and... Oh my god. That was bad. He decided to spin and he barely touched the top of the stack. I thought he had to play a follow, medium speed, and if he plays follow, medium speed, most of the time the cue ball drift here, and there's a few ball extracted here. There's a risk of scratching, but it's much better than what he got now. So yeah, that was kind of a mistake by Sam. He should have noticed that the 8 ball was high. And meanwhile, Noah is on 2. Does Sam remember? Yes, he just told Noah that he's on 2. So good job. Good job, Sam, remembering this. You can see the 2 is blinking here when the player is on 2. And Noah's gonna flirt with a scratch. Not close, okay. Right, so Sam has a natural position. If he pockets this 5 to land the cue ball here and have a re-break possibility. Now it's let's see if he's gonna go for it. If he misses the 5, he's gonna set out the re-break to Noah. So looks like it's in. No. So like I just said, Noah's going to inherit this fabulous re-break ball. And even worse, even worse for Sam, he even has a very good safety ball up the table. So he can afford to break soft here if you want to make sure not to miss. That's an option he has. He broke medium speed. Has options. So now it's pretty clear what he should do, right? He should play a little follow, try to land around here, the cue ball around here, and use this 12 ball to do some damage. And he's going to pass this option for a reason I ignore. I think he was trying to land to re-break with this 4 ball, which was still a good idea. It was okay. So now I can use the backup plan I just mentioned. Pocket the 4. Follow on this 14 ball. But now he underdid it. He has almost no angle. So he has to come up with another plan. I don't think the goal is too small. He shouldn't try to... Yes, try to escape, that's fine. He has the safety ball up the table. There's one thing you should be worried about is that his options are running out right now. Maybe the 10, I'm not sure. He can make the 10 on this pocket. Other than that, he only has the 2. He opted to try to do damage with this safety ball up the table. He freed 1 or 2 ball, so he was actually in better shape. But now he left himself nothing. He should have thought about this a little longer, and he was not guaranteed anything about this after this ball. Okay. Yeah, they scratch for Noir. It's a foul. Sam back at the table.
You want to commentate?
I wish I could. I have to go.
Okay.
So one of these days, I would love to do it.
Of course. Anytime you're available. I can record it.
There's that. But be able to do it live.
Yeah. I can record it. I'm using the same software. I use the video as an input. I put my board on top, and you can commentate. Of course. People that are not from New York are gonna think it's live. You can absolutely do it.
I'm saying that one of these days,
Yeah,
We can do that. Okay, nice job by Sam getting in position for the 9 ball. Now he has to take the 6 in the side pocket and try to move those balls. It's a do or die situation. Die meaning not getting the break shot in. And I don't think he has a break ball. Nothing reasonable. I mean, he's gonna try something. I'm not sure what, but whatever he was trying, it failed. It's okay. It's not a big loss. It was going to be a bad break shot anyway. Okay, offensive play index 5. Wow, 556 on both sides, and they both have 74 offensive shots. Interesting. So safety battle has begun. Noah is gonna elect to hit the top ball, but he didn't look inside the stack if everything was touching. If there was a network of contact, that would send one of the balls to the rail. So there was enough gaps that all the balls moved, but nothing went to the rail. And now Sam is gonna have the upper end. Can just send the cue ball touching the 10 and leave Noah situation with very little options for a good answer. I forgot to put the foul last turn for Noah, so say if he fouled, then Sam committed a foul. That was an intentional foul. Sam was an intentional foul. Okay, I messed up the score. It's difficult to commentate and score at the same time. So Sam is on 2 now, but my board doesn't say so. Doesn't matter because Sam is not going to fall. I'm gonna adjust the score later. So again, the 2 ball was the best ball for Sam to re-break, but he overrun his position. gonna have to take the much more difficult 14 in the side. Made it. Gets a shot. Good job, Sam. And maybe he did that on purpose, because the 2 ball was offering no safety shot after, no safety balls, and the 14 did. I mean, it was a much better chance to get a shot after, so maybe Sam did that on purpose. And now with the shot, he solved all his problems. If the 10 is high enough for a break shot, which I'm not sure, the 9 is inside the triangle. Now he's probably thinking, I think we're gonna know pretty soon if the 10 is a break ball. So the 10 was not a break ball, and I'm not sure what is Sam's plan then. The 4 ball looks like it's too low. I mean, anyway, he's taking it now. No, I don't see anything. I mean, I think Sam was trying to push the 9 into a break position, but didn't work out, and looks like his run is gonna end here. Let's see if he's creative enough to come up with something here. I have no idea. Maybe just roll the cue ball here and use the 2 as a break ball here, like this, and the cue ball like this. Yeah, that's what he was doing, but he missed the ball. So it's Noah's turn. So it looks like the 2 is out of the triangle, so I think Noah should just pocket the 9 and try to send the cue ball like this. Straight line and land somewhere here for the break shot. Boom. The right amount of... Decided to go one rail instead, and he landed pretty good. Good job, Noah. Sam got the lion's share of the balls this rack, so he reduced his deficit substantially. Current score is 61 for Noah, 54 for Sam. Offensive play index 546 for Noah, 577 for Sam. That's still low. There's no high run so far. The highest run is by Noah, 16. There was a lot of safety play. They have similar stats. Let's go back to action. This is a tricky break shot because you want to free the cue ball. I think Noah should put inside spin here and try to get out with 3 rails. No, he put outside spin and he got a pretty good result. Not sure it was the right thing to do though. If he had hit the ball from the back in a slightly different angle, it was very dangerous to get a scratch, even with the outside spin. But he did get a good result, so someone's alarm just went off. Just when Noah was about to shoot, so he resettled. It's the right thing to do. I forgot to ask what the score was. I have the feeling I have one too many for Sam. One too many points. So Noah brushed the lip of the pocket, which prompted him to shake his head in exasperation over his lack of precision. But luckily for him, we are at Amsterdam. The pockets are pretty loose here. They're forgiving. So Noah spotted a wired ball inside the cluster. He elected to play slow. Be sure not to end up the table in a bad position. Yeah, the problem with that is now he's gonna have to negotiate the end of rack. It's a little delicate. I mean, there's a lot of traffic. He's probably gonna have to run into something, and he doesn't want to create another problem. So maybe he should have played a little harder. Try to control the path of the cue ball somehow. So nice just coming back down the table. And now he could use this 6 ball to run into this and spread a little bit. Looks like that's what he's doing. He tried to control his pace. It worked pretty well for him, but all the balls are going into this same pocket here. And the only ball he can do right now is the 15, and he has to spin it around. He's looking at a combo though. Maybe he could take the 15 and try to stay for one of these balls in the side pocket. That's another option. You can also spin it, spin the cue ball around and come back here. I don't know why he decided to go around the table like this. I think he should have killed the speed, put more draw, and now he has to take the combo he was looking at before. Totally missable. And yeah, he missed. Okay, so that was a nice run of 12 for Noah. He increased his lead. I'm not sure if the 3 ball is inside the triangle. If it's inside, Sam has a problem creating something for a break. It's gonna land straight with no shot. So again, I'm not very happy with Sam's shot. He could have controlled this better. Looks like he left things to randomness, and he's not happy. He's not happy all with what he left himself, but what he did was pretty random. So okay, nice controlled shot. I still don't know if the 3 ball is inside or outside the triangle. The way Sam is playing, I guess it's outside. He overshot it. Okay, Sam says it's in the rack, so.
No, but I thought it was out, but maybe I got that looking.
In all likeliness, we're going to a safety battle. Unless Sam decides to spin it around, and not sure he has a good angle for that. Well, it's not bad actually. Yes, I think he can play with the left spin, 2 rails. Send the cue ball something like this. Boom, 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 boom. Back into the stack. Yeah, that's what he's doing. And good job, Sam. Wow. Really nice shot by Sam. He has one more difficult shot to take. It's 13 here. If he can pocket the 13, send the cue ball something like this. Right. He deserves it. I think he's a favorite to pocket this 13 ball. He's close to the ball. He's close to the ball, and the 13 is close enough to the rail that the 13 can hit the rail first and still go in. So I wish good luck to Sam. He deserves it. Yes. So unfortunately, he didn't put the right amount of speed and spin on the cue ball, and he's up the table. I don't think he needed to put any spin on this, or very little. So he put too much spin, and he ended up in this position. Now he cannot be too sure where the cue ball is going. He's probably gonna try to land for the 10 ball. No. He was trying to land for the 15. So at this point we have 12 misses for Noah and 13 for Sam, while the score is only 72 to 59. So not the best showing for those two very good players. So the offensive play index is inching towards 600. I think if you consider yourself a good amateur, you have to score above 600. The 14 is over the pocket. Pretty sure that Noah called the 14. Not sure what kind of combo inside the stack he's going for. He doesn't have to call this. In straight pool, you only call the ball in the pocket, so no matter what kind of combo he's trying, the only thing he has to call is the ball in the pocket. He doesn't have to explain how he will get there. So Sam has been thinking for 2 minutes at this point. So he's going to spin it around, and that's a foul. Sam correctly informed Noah that this was a foul. There was no rail after the contact. And Sam is going to try to re-break right now. It's the right thing to do. There's nothing, there's no other ball he can re-break with. He did a good job of hitting the cluster. Kind of got a bad roll. Cue ball was going to scratch, got saved at the last minute. I can take this 8 up the table and then do the 15 in the opposite pocket, but doesn't lead to anything. So most likely his run is going to end here now. Actually, yeah, the 4 is going. Good point, Sam. Sam had a small angle on that ball, so that's the best he could do with the positioning. unfortunately is something that's missable. And if he does miss the 4, he's going to leave a completely open table to Noah. But he's going to pocket. Cannot complain, he has the 6, he has the 7 of the table. And the 6, this ball here, the 6th ball, allow him to re-break right away. He opted to play soft, and he's left with a few problems. I think he could have hit harder. Not sure what kind of spin Sam put on this, but I think he hit the rail first, and he barely touched the 12 on the rebound. I don't understand what happened. Noah got kind of an unlucky roll here. But he did send the cue ball one rail into the stack at slow speed, so that was always a possibility. So yes, it's unlucky, but it's not that unlucky. Actually, the 9 ball goes. It's a thin cut. I mean, can pocket the 9 here. He's going for it. Stretch over the table. He overcut it. It's another miss. We got 14 miss apiece now. Come on, guys. Nice landing by Sam. Thinking about the best way to pocket the last 2 balls, the 7 and the 1. Looks like he's completely straight on the 11, so it's probably better to try to stop the cue ball here and try to do the 7 on the side. Oh, we could actually pocket the 1 ball, I didn't see that. That being said, he's in a very delicate situation. Doesn't have the angle to get back good on the 11, and now he has to pocket the 7. Try to draw, miss the ball. That's another miss. Yeah, I don't think Noah wanted to be above the 2 ball here. Does have a shot on the 7 ball, but when you're jacked up like that, well, he's not that jacked up. Just a little. It's his favorite to make this, I think. It's gonna miss. Another miss. Sam is gonna get the break shot.
What's the score, Sam? 6. No, 5 less, right? Look at that again.
78 to 62.
You mean 73?
78.
78 to 63?
Yeah. 62.
To 62. 78 to 62. Okay.
So something went really wrong with the score. I had to put a big adjustment. The score is now 78 for Noah, 65 for Sam. So Sam kind of failed to get the job done in time to get a nice finish. Now he's gonna have to take a combo, and the future is uncertain. Uncertain, I should say. Uncertain. Yeah, Sam didn't leave himself anything here. Gonna have to play safe.
The ratings are going to take another hour. You want to comment? How long do you have to get back? Okay, it's not bad. Just inside the traffic, right? The league at Amsterdam is unique, right?
Yes, that's why it's interesting. This is an awesome program.
17 issues. So Sam typically falls in. No, actually he was trying, he was on two and he tried he was like an inch away from the ball and he tried to tackle it. Come on, you do a push and you do a push. Somewhere here,
Are you going to stream your match or something?
I'm not sure. Maybe. I can put the rack by rack board and do it myself. It's fine. Yeah, if somebody wants to come, I might. Okay, maybe you will be.
Alright, guys, I was talking to Lou Soriano. He started, if you don't know him, go on Facebook and look up Straight Pool Fanatics group. It's a Facebook group he started for straight pool lovers. So check him out on Facebook. Meanwhile, Sam is gonna take a fall. But Noah is not on the fall, so what is he doing? Although I was talking to Lou, I was not very attentive. I'm fairly certain that Noah made a legal shot. Okay. Noah didn't touch anything, so it's a second. So it's an intentional foul. Both players are on one foul now. Very nice job by Sam putting an end to this area of intentional foul. Feathered the ball very well, and now he has the upper end in the safety battle. Noah has to come up with a good safety now. think he was trying to pocket it. So that's gonna be a miss for Noah. So Sam is the winner of the safety battle. Pocketed the ball. Managed to do some damage to the cluster. He could have ended better on this. I don't see anything other than the one in the corner, in the upper corner. It's very close to the one ball, so it's missable. If he can pocket this, he has the 14 after, and no. I'm very disappointed at those two players right now. Sam is gonna miss the stack. Still has the 14 in the corner. Fairly certain that the 12 can go in this corner, but he might decide to create some damage, try to create some damage with the 14 now. Yes. And he's not going to get lucky. And we're going to a safety battle. So Noah failed to feather the 8 ball like he was intending to, so that's a foul. Sam is thinking of what could be the most vicious answer. He's probably gonna give back. Yes. Feel like that just marrying the cue ball with the cluster. Feels that marrying the cue ball with the cluster is his best option. But yeah, actually it works. I don't see any good answer for Noah.
Four ball. Well, he pointed at the line. Well, he hit me, so. Oh, okay.
So it looks like the 4 ball is wired for the corner. So this 4 ball you see here is wired for this corner. So he's gonna try to send the cue ball one rail, kick shot, 3-way combo. Whether it's this 2 ball or this 10 ball, it's the same thing. Should go. It's gonna miss his target completely. That's a miss for Noah. Sam is back at the table with control and a chance to spread the cluster right away, right here, right now. It's gonna take this option, spread a few balls. Still some work to be done. Sam tried to, well, actually didn't try, but it took another stab at the cluster. Didn't work out. He barely extracted one more ball, or actually he's in the same situation that he was. Some more work to be done, and doesn't have that many options left. So he has to take the combo now, 15-14. I mean, he can do the 6, try to land the cue ball around here and take the combo. I'm not sure what else he has. So he's gonna take the combo now. 3-way combo actually. And so 3-ball cluster is gonna reform. Just to confirm to Sam that this is the worst night of his life. So I don't understand what's happening now. Sam told Noah that he's on 2, but I'm fairly certain he's not on 2. So if you remember, he missed the 1-rail combo, and the cue ball went to the rail. Maybe he touched something with his hand and I didn't know, but my score is not saying 2, so looks like I'm gonna have to do another adjustment. Noah called the 6, he missed.
Maybe the worst ever, the worst three ever. They're missing a cue ball. Back scratches, right?
So we are at 22 misses for Noah, 19 for Sam. It's almost, yeah, I think last week we had the best stream ever. Tony Robles versus Delson. In terms of player performance, I'm sorry to say, I think this is the worst ever. Maybe they both had a tough day at work. I know I'm not playing too well myself. On those days. Right, looks like Noah is gonna be the winner of the safety battle. Not sure what Sam was hoping for sending the cue ball up like this, other than giving a tough shot to Noah. Who's gonna answer by pocketing this ball? Only reasonable shot Noah has here is to the 5. He's probably gonna try to take a stab at the cluster at the same time. He had safety balls this time, so it's a good thing because he's gonna have to use one of them right away. Now Noah has a clear path, right? Actually straight here, but for sure he has to try to come back and re-break with this 3 ball here. And I try to cheat the pocket a little too much. 4 balls down, another miss. Sam is back at the table.
Who are you playing? Who are you playing?
Looks like Sam wasted his last chance of creating some damage to the cluster, but he's going to recover with this brilliant backspin, extract 1 ball. Now he has a little hope of continuing his run. Very nice. Nice recovery, Sam. Maybe another miss for Sam. Looks like Noah's going for a three-way combo here. He's gonna miss it. And luckily for him, Sam is back at the table right away. He has a break ball. Sam has a good shot at getting a break ball here. He has to kill the speed or go back and forth. Looks like he's going back and forth. He's gonna run into his break ball though and get nothing.
What's the score, Noah? Noah, what's the score? For Sam. Okay.
Score is 89-87 for Sam. So one too many for Noah. Kind of knew there was an error.
That's a positive one.
Adjust that now. Okay. So the score is good again. And we're going to a safety battle. Nice cut by Noah to take control. It's weird. I thought he could have taken the 11 here and send the cue ball on the cluster. Instead, he took that ball in the side pocket and he got the result that I thought was most likely, that the cue ball behind the stack, and we're going back to a safety battle. It's a safety foul by Sam. So now Noah has the option of taking an intentional foul. I think it was better just to send the cue ball behind the cluster. No, I was not on a foul. Not sure what he gained by doing that. Some called save, tried to pocket the ball. Didn't work out. Left the 13 to Noah. We can just call safe now, pocket the 13 and give a full cluster to Sam. So no, I thought the 8 ball was wired. It wasn't. And now you open the cluster, and you would think Sam would be able to start a run, but doesn't have anything easy. Sam is gonna try to play it safe here. I don't think it worked out. The 14 goes easily. Now I should be able to pocket this 14 ball very easily. It's close to the ball. I don't understand. The 14 is much easier than this 5 ball in the opposite pocket. Okay, nice job by Sam getting position on this 3 ball. It's gonna solve the last of his problems. Let's see if he can land a break shot. So I'm not sure if Sam has a break shot here. The corner ball might be obstructing his view of the break ball. Let's look at the stat. Noah 433 OPI. That's way too low, Noah. Sammy Islam is 566 now, inching towards the acceptable level for a good amateur, which are arbitrarily set at 600. So many misses. 26 for Noah, 21 for Sam. Okay, Sam is ready for the break shot. And we're past the 3-hour mark for this match. This is way too long, guys. And Sam is looking at his break ball, trying to decide if it's obstructed by the corner ball. He's not sure. Maybe he can spin it. Sam is gonna elect to play a safety. Meanwhile, Sam managed to pocket one ball, didn't get a spread, so the safety battle continues. And Noah didn't get to a rail. So that might be the beginning of the end of this safety battle. Sam is trying to figure out what position of the cue ball offers the worst possible position for Noah, and I think he's just going to give back, meaning take an intentional foul and let Noah deal with the problem. Yes. Both players are on one foul now. Really nice safety by Noah. I think he got out of trouble here. I don't think he left anything for Sam. So pretty cool shot by Noah. And now Sam is gonna commit a foul and looks like Noah has a shot here. body language tells me he has a shot on the 4 ball. This ball here. Let's see who's the best on safeties. It's almost even, 21-28 for Noah and 22-29 for Sam.
April?
So Sam is on 2 here, but Noah doesn't remember, so he didn't tell Sam, so it doesn't matter. If Sam were to commit a 3rd foul here, Noah couldn't ask for the 15-point penalty because he didn't warn Sam. So at this point, Sam needs 24. There's 7 ball on the table. So even if he run all these balls in the next rack, the 15 balls of the next rack, he still needs to re-break if you want to finish in this inning. So Sam is doing a pretty good job at working this rack. You can break with the 10 ball here. You cannot break hard, but you can break with a follow. It's just to get a question of getting the position. He doesn't have a good break key ball. So let's see how he's gonna manage that. So Sam decided to swing the cue ball around, but he ran into his break ball and it's no longer a break ball.
A pro. Glass of water when you have a chance. Thanks.
Okay, good job by Noah finishing this rack. Doesn't really have a break ball, but he can swing it around. It's gonna take a break. Scores 106 for Sam, 94 for Noah. Offensive play index 441 for Noah. That's pretty bad. 560 for Sam. Iris run is 16. And 27 misses for Noah, 22 for Sam. That's a lot. I'll say it again, it's a very bad night for both players. Very atypical. Safety success 21-28 for Noah. 22-29 for Sam. Sam is slightly better. Yeah, the match is at 3 hours 21 minutes. When the match goes over 3 hours, it's a bad sign. It means there's a lot of misses, and those misses are followed by safety battles sometimes. It adds a lot to the match duration. Just like here, Noah is completely straight, so he's probably going to call safe, and we're going to a safety battle. So I'm going to give an intentional foul for Sam. I don't think he played hard enough to make me think he was attempting a safety. And Noah opted for safety when he could have just give back, and he sold out this 13 ball in the corner here. It's kind of a big mistake for Noah, because Sam is totally within range. Could run out here. On a normal day would be a favorite to run out. He missed already, and now he's really pissed off. At this point, there were so many mistakes that I guess both players are very disappointed by their performance, and whoever can keep his composure the best is going to win at this point, I guess. The shot that Sam just played was almost completely straight. It's along the rail, which makes the pocket bigger. It's hard to explain how he could have missed that, but he did. Not sure no I have something here. Might have to take a safety ball up the table. No, the 7 goes. Actually, it was the 5. Spread the cluster a little bit. Has the choice of multiple shot. There's a little bit of obstruction here, but other than that, all the problems are solved. Shouldn't be too difficult for Noah to run the rest of the ball and get a break shot. Looks like he's taking the 9 ball, solving the last problem. Well done. Everything is open. And I just noticed he doesn't have a good break ball. Ouch. Spoke too fast. So the score is going to be even pretty soon. So like I said, whoever can keep his composure is going to win this match at this point. The 11 can be used as a break ball actually. It's not ideal, but you can definitely hit the top of the stack with it, provided you have a good angle. This 2 ball here can also be used as a break ball, and I think actually I would be favoring that. No, you should pocket those 2 balls, Noah, and then go up the table and use the 2 as a break ball. It's much better than this 11 ball. It's going to be tough to land the good angle on this 11. No, that was not the right pattern, folks. See, now he needs a 2-railer or. He has a reasonable angle, but it looks like he could miss the stack completely if he plays hard. So he has to play soft with a follow, and there's not going to be much damage to the triangle. But Noah is back ahead, 108 to 105. If you run all 15 balls in this on the table, it's going to be at 123, so he's going to have to get a break shot here. Okay, it's not bad, I mean. Okay, he can definitely hit the triangle with some power. Looked worse than it was. But he's missing the ball. Noah. So this is the re-break ball here, the 8. But before he can attack this, he has to find his way to do the 4 and come back up. Just like this. Now he can take the 8. Really, I should take the 8 now, Sam. And I'm at a loss now what he's trying to do. I mean, he has a very reasonable angle on the 8 ball. Okay, so now I know he wanted to take the 10 instead, but it's not as good as the 8. The 8 was a very good re-break ball. So he's going to end up on the 8 again. So what did he gain by doing all those balls? Maybe it's going to be less... going to be less balls on the table, so he's going to have more space to spread this pack, but also he's going to have more less safety balls, right? It's a double-edged sword. Yes, he cleaned up the table a little, but doesn't matter because he's gonna miss again. And like I said, whoever keeps his composure the best is gonna win this match. So we are at the 3 hours and 30 minutes mark. Come on, Noah, finish this. I have a match to play. Okay, something gives me hope here. There's a very good break ball. There's a good key ball. Could be the end here. Noah's gonna swing around. Hope to land on one of those 2 balls. That's good. Nice shot by Noah. He's gonna have to go around 2 rails, but it's still he gave himself an easy ball, so it's cool. Please, Noah, finish this. Yeah, he's a little far. So Noah needs 8 at this point. I'm rooting for him. He has a totally doable break shot. He's a little far. The angle's a little weak. But I think he's a favorite to make this ball and run out. Thank you, Noah. I love you. Noah needs 7. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ball extracted, so he's gonna have to re-break. He has this 14 here to re-break. Can the cue ball be sneaked in there? I think so. Thanks. No, I don't love you, Noah. I don't love you anymore. You broke my heart. I just realized on top of the 14 he had the 11 ball here to re-break, so he had 2 re-break ball.
Try to hold this goddamn.
Okay. Okay, Noah, you have to re-break ball. Get set up for one of them, and let's be done with this. I believe in you. His best option is probably to swing it around like this. Come back here. Swing the cue ball, I mean. So bottom left. No, don't take this. You have no angle. There's no point taking this. I don't know what you accomplish. Unless maybe he wants to run on in the cluster like this here right now. Like boom, boom, boom. Maybe he wants to do something like this. That's the only explanation why he would take this 11 ball now. Okay, he has to take the 14 now. Unless the one ball is is carom wired for this pocket? Noah's gonna miss the bank. He needs 5. Now it is Sam's turns to play. Maybe this 14 cannot be made in the corner. Maybe that's what's happening here.
Never again, son.
Simon's gonna miss. And Noah is gonna get some kind of break ball. Sun clear. I think so. I think with a draw I can hit this pretty hard. Do it, Noah, please. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yes. I don't know if he has a shot now. He hit it right. Didn't do any mistake. It's just didn't get the roll. I was gonna try to put the 15 and maybe this is wired after. No, he's taking the 4. The 4 can go. It's gonna be a miss. No, I was playing for 4. Broke my art again. "31 misses for Noah, 26 for Sam." So it doesn't look like Sam is going to get the break ball. And if we are going to another safety battle, I'm afraid that's going to kill me. Can use the 15 to break maybe. It's 15 ball here. I'm actually rooting for him. Whatever happens, I don't want another safety battle. I want any, whoever. Did he get the break shot? Yes, he can break with this. So that's 38 innings for Noah, 3.3 balls per offensive innings, and 3.7 for Sam for 41 innings. So that's a crucial moment. Sam is going to take this break ball. If he missed the ball, Noah could get the win because he only needs 4. Sam only needs 5. Sam is looking at the 5. He probably only has a partial pocket. It's horrible. I don't think we're going to get a safety battle because there are open balls. Yeah. Sam could jack up and try to pocket the 5, but it's a 50% shot at best. Could play safe. I mean, he could push the 8 ball to the rail and try to leave the cue ball here. But there's always a danger he's going to leave the 4. That was League Director Sean Morgan. Came here to look over the situation. Okay, like I said, Sam is gonna try a safe. It's probably not going to work. I think he's gonna leave the 4. He managed to draw it enough to hide behind the 14. I don't think he left the 4 here. Yeah. So Noah is lining up for this 5 ball. Just like that, Noah is going to take a huge option on the victory. He needs 3 balls. He should land for one of those 2 balls here if he plays soft enough. Play slow, Noah. That's too fast. But that's okay. He landed on the 12. Needs 1 more. Noah is going to be the winner of this unimpressive performance by both players. I'm sorry. When players play good, I say it. When they play bad, I say it. And that was pretty bad. Let's look at the final stats. Final score 125 to 121 for Noah. Offensive play index 41 for Noah, 552 for Sam. So you might be asking, why is Noah winning if he has a lower offensive play index? It means that he probably lost a lot of safety battle. I mean, Sam probably lost a lot of safety battle. The offensive play index only measures the offensive play, doesn't measure the safety battles. 31 misses for Noah, 26 for Sam. Noah got the best of the safety battles.
Oh yeah, the one over there.
I might have made a couple of scoring errors. That's why the offensive play index is off. Like in the middle, I was off a couple of balls for each player. So maybe the stat is bad offensive play index. Doesn't matter too much because it was not a performance to be remembered. But thanks for watching anyway. I'm gonna have another stream next week. We should have either Tony Robles, Tim Lipsky, Zions V, Delson, one of these guys. So I hope you'll tune in again. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.